Hi, everyone, and welcome to Leaf Rants. The Toronto Maple Leafs find a way to make the comeback win 4-3 in regulation against the Pittsburgh Penguins. This video I thought was going to go very differently until the Leafs decided to put on a hell of a third period. And we'll get into more about that and how the comeback was cool, but you shouldn't be putting yourself in that place to have to come back ever. The shot count after the second period was 24-8 for Pittsburgh. The Leafs had 8 shots. They had 12 shots in the third. Can't win games if you have 8 shots in 2 periods. That's 4 shots a period. That's horrible. How do you expect to score anything? Maybe 1 goal, but you gave up 24 shots. You have to expect they're probably going to score more than 1 goal on those 24 shots, no matter how good Anthony Stolarz is. You're leaving him out to dry. So let's break down the game. Going into it, Matias Maccelli was a healthy scratch tonight for the first time in his Leafs career. He had 2 goals, 3 assists in 12 games. That's just flat out not good enough. And Nick Robertson has been excelling in a top 6 role the past couple games. Despite not scoring in this one, he has been quite good. So going into it, the lineup was Nyes, Matthews, Robertson, Cowan, Tavares, Nylander, Joshua, Waugh, McMahon. I've been waiting to see that third line all year. And Bliss, Domi, Yarncroke. Bliss is a guy that played in St. Louis under Craig Berube. He's really liked him. He came out here. He laid a couple big hits. Wasn't scared to go on Crosby. Took a stupid penalty in the third. But it's just got to... Max Domi, he's got to be a lot better. He hasn't been producing enough. And he's been out there for too many bad scenarios. And then he had Yarncroke on his wing. And then the D pairings, Riley Carlo, Benoit McCabe, Ekman Larson, Myers. I like Myers being in there a lot more than Mermis. I never want to see him play again. I'll be honest. And even though Myers had a couple pretty bad games, I think he looked a lot better next to OEL here, putting OEL on his strong side. And it's really unfortunate that Chris Tanev is out again. We don't know how long he's going to be back. Craig Berube confirmed that it's not another concussion, which I don't know if that's better or worse. He came back, last game, back from concussion, and his head just jolts back. So he's out. So let's break down the game. First period, there's an early chance for that third line. Bobby McMahon, nice spin around pass to get it to Joshua in front of the net. Don't cash in, but that's what you love to see. Then Erik Karlsson beats Anthony Stolarz over the glove. Perfect shot, and it's 1-0 for his first of the season, surprisingly. Pickering has an interference call, and Easton Cowan was on the first power play unit in Matthew Nyes' spot, and Nick Waugh was also on the second unit. They didn't score on the power play because the special teams haven't been very good this year, but it's nice to see Easton Cowan getting a shot and to see that they're switching it up a little bit. I'd probably switch up the Stars because your power play is the worst in the league, but I guess that's a start, putting just a rookie on the top line. I don't know. And a bouncing puck on top of Stolarz, and I didn't know the rule on this one. So Morgan Riley, they review it, and he actually hits it, and then it goes off of Kindle's stick, which was still up in the air above the crossbar, so it was a high stick. But because Riley grazed it with his stick, it was called a deflection off of Kindle, and it's a good goal. Now, I didn't know that's what the rule was. I had literally no idea. I thought it was no goal because his stick's still above the air, right? So, hey, I learned something new today. But they're down 2-0, and they're just getting outplayed. Then a couple minutes later, Matthews gets a nice rush, and he puts it off the post, but that was about all that's happened from that, and the Leafs were just getting crammed into their zone. 2-0 after 1. Turning over pucks. They were slower on the forecheck than the Penguins, and they were just getting walked on. All over. Brutal first period. Let's see if they respond for the second. And they don't. Kindle scores on the power play, and it's 3-0. The Leafs were outshot 18-6 at that point. And it seems like the Leafs just haven't been watchable for 2 games in a row this season. They've been bad. And this second period, they were getting decimated in the first and the second, getting absolutely decimated. It is embarrassing. It really is. 13 games into the season. It's embarrassing. Shots are 24-8 after the second. 24-8. They have 3 times the shots as you, and they have 3 goals. Maybe try shooting. Ruby exits that second period looking pretty upset. This is the photo. I got to know what he said in that second intermission. The Leafs have to release that in the Leaf blueprint. I just want to know what he said. Because they came out, and Austin Matthews, left alone, this is it. He's left alone. Breaks in, beats Crosby, gets a little step on him, and gets the Leafs on the board going 5-hole. You cannot leave this guy alone. I know he hasn't been the best this season. You cannot leave him alone. That is still Austin Matthews. He is going to make you pay for that. And that's what he did. And he gave the Leafs some life. Then, just over a minute later, William Nylander reunited on that Austin Matthews line. Backhand goal, off the post, off of Jari's arm, and in. And he makes it a game. It's 3-2 for Pittsburgh. And the Leafs are back in it just like that. A minute after that, William Nylander ties it up. 3 goals in 3 games. OEL passes it back to him. He one-times it and beats Jari. These guys are the team. Austin Matthews, William Nylander, John Tavares, they are the team. Let's face it. They need them to be going, and that's what they did here. Then Bliss takes a high-sticking penalty, and that was scary. Because not only did you just kill all of the momentum that you gained and have going for you now, you also have to be on the penalty kill where you haven't been good other than these 5 minutes that you've played in the third period. You haven't been good for 40 minutes, and you played good for 5 minutes. How do you expect to not get scored on once you take a penalty? Well, let me tell you, Austin Matthews was the answer for that. He was aggressive on the PK. He was shutting down the Penguins. He had his hands all over this comeback. Austin Matthews in this third period played his best period of hockey all season. And he proved that he's the captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs. That is what the captain does. He takes initiative. He pulls his team out of the mud. And that's what he did tonight. Then, 14 minutes into the period, Morgan Rielly to Nick Robertson, who makes a beautiful play to set up Bobby McMahon. And the Leafs take a 4-3 lead. And everyone in Leafs Nation is going, what the fuck is happening? What is happening? No one knew. Insane. And then Pittsburgh, they pull their goalie. Brandon Carlo out there. Man, we were talking about how Brandon Carlo lost his grit. Warrior shift from him there. Blocking shots. Out there just protecting the lead. William Nylander tries to get the hat trick, can't get it. And they just play good defensive hockey. And they close it out and they win. They were still outshot 13-12 in that third period, but they cash in on 4 goals. And they had the majority of possession. What a period for the Leafs. What a period for Austin Matthews. What a period for William Nylander. But what about the whole game? Craig Berube, he was still upset after comeback, and I cannot blame him. You don't play good for 40 minutes, and then you play good for 20. You can't expect to win. It's fun having that comeback, right? You came down from down 3-0, but you can't be in that situation. When you're down 3-0, getting outshot 24-8. You have 1/3 of the shots they had. How do you expect to come out with the win? This third period magic, you can't expect any other game to go like that, though. You have to be better out of the gate. This game started late, and so did the Leafs. But the Leafs started about an hour after the game actually did. So what are my takeaways? In their last 10 games, they're 6-3-1. In their last 5, 4-1-0. Pretty solid from the Leafs. Robertson, I don't know. Can you take Robertson out of the top 6? I genuinely don't think you can. Michelli needs to be watching Robertson because he's losing his roster spot to him right now as we speak. Next guy to sit, though, Max Domi. You got to sit him. He's the next guy up there. Maybe Joshua. The Leafs still can't defend a cross-crease pass, and that needs to change. They need to do a lot of work on that because they are getting eaten alive when that's happening to them. There was way too much east to west play early, and you have to play north to south. They were just getting hemmed in their zone, and they weren't getting anything going offensively till that third period. It's a big win for the Leafs. It really is. And this could be a turning point of the season. This could be like, okay, we know we're capable of that. Because everyone does. Everybody knows they're capable of that. Maybe not everybody, but all of us Leafs fans, we know they're capable of that. We know Matthews can be better. Willie and Johnny have been pretty good this season, but Austin Matthews, we know he's capable of this. This third period, this is Austin Matthews. I've missed you. He was just gone for Halloween. He was just gone for October. He had to be a ghost. He's back. This is November hockey. November Austin Matthews. 2 goals in 2 games. Tonight, Austin Matthews had 1 goal, 1 assist, 4 shots, 4 blocks, and just about 22 minutes of ice time. His best of the season, and he got the belt. Well-deserved. William Nylander, 2 goals, 1 assist, 2 shots, 18:25 time on ice, so about 4 minutes less than Matthews, and 18 points in 10 games. Almost 2 points a game. Man. They scored 3 goals in 3 minutes. You can't expect that to happen. But what a fun time. Leafs Nation, we got to feel good about this and hope that they don't put themselves in this situation again for at least a little while. November hockey, baby. It's fun. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please click like. And clicking subscribe always makes me feel pretty good. So thank you. I hope to see you in the next one.